Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we're going to be checking out the brand new HISUIAN AVALUGG in Pokemon Go Battle League. HISUIAN AVALUGG with the moveset of Ice and Rock type, with the moveset of Powder Snow, Crunch, and Rock Slide. I was able to get a raid from New Zealand and Australia, and basically wanted to try this thing out. And I must say, this thing put in a lot of work, but results are usually at the end. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at HISUIAN AVALUGG in action in the Ultra League. HISUIAN AVALUGG into Wall Rain really nicely, as long as we don't get hit with the Earthquake, so it is a pretty good lead. HISUIAN AVALUGG with the access to Rock Slide can make it really dangerous against Walrus, able to land the Rock Slide, and that does a lot of damage. HISUIAN AVALUGG with the moves, HISUIAN AVALUGG being weak to ground types, being as weak to Earthquake, should definitely be shielding that, and we're able to get to back-to-back Rock Slides. We can probably force both shields, or they can easily sacrifice the Wall Rain, but they actually shield. I do one more, swap into the Trevenant, and catch the Earthquake. We're able to catch the Earthquake right there, and they bring in Incineroar. That's perfectly fine, as we have baited out the ultimate Giratina counter, since I'm running ABB Ghost with Giratina in the back. Shadow Boy is able to connect. That is a huge chunk of damage, but that's perfectly fine. HISUIAN AVALUGG with the part rock typing, with it's also part rock typing as from the regular, was also a pure ice typing. With the access to Rock Slide should put in work here. HISUIAN AVALUGG going for a Rock Slide. It gets the final shield. They are boosted, so basically we just have to shield this Dark Pulse or Flame Charge, but they go for a Dark Pulse. We do one more, or we do two over the Rock Slide, and we throw a Rock Slide. This will basically be taking out the Incineroar. And what did they have in the back? They have a Blaziken in the back, so we gotta immediately swap out. One more thing about HISUIAN AVALUGG though, it is an Ice and Rock type Pokemon, which means it's double weak to counter, so that means we have to get out of there basically. So they throw a Brave Bird, they swap back into the Wall Rain, and I basically throw double Dragon Claw. Double Dragon Claw will easily be enough to take out the Wall Rain, and all we have is the Blaziken. Blaziken basically has in the yellow, and can we get to a Dragon Claw in time? We just get to the Dragon Claw, but they outpace to the Brave Bird. This will basically be taking out the Giratina, and can we get to a Crunch in time? HISUIAN AVALUGG able to get to a last minute move right there. This will be taking out the opponent's Blaziken, as they are basically debuffing the defense, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have HISUIAN AVALUGG versus Swampert. Terrible lead right here, so we basically have to swap out into the Giratina as basically our safe swap. We can just easily go for a Dragon Claw right here to apply a lot of shield pressure, because Dragon Breaths are also adding up. Putting it into the yellow right here, so they're basically already in the yellow basically. After Dragon Breaths, they'll be in the red, but they go for an EQ. That's perfectly fine, and they bring in their own Giratina. That's perfectly fine. HISUIAN AVALUGG has a really dominant really good matchup against Giratina, as long as he doesn't have Ancient Power. HISUIAN AVALUGG is able to go back in and able to deal super effective damage with the Power Snows. HISUIAN AVALUGG can easily tank a Dragon Claw, as it is quite bulky. HISUIAN AVALUGG keeps over farming a bunch right there, and we can just easily tank any one move and tank another Dragon Claw right here. HISUIAN AVALUGG can easily get to the Crunch in time. This will basically taking out the Giratina, and let's see what's in back. They have a Cobalion in back. We have to swap out right away right there, and we bring in Trevenant. Trevenant can easily walk Cobalion. We can as easily have one Stone Edge, and this will pretty much be a good game. But they actually call a Seed Bomb bait right there, so very good call by the opponent. Cobalion goes for a Stone Edge. It doesn't do a lot of damage right there, and we basically overwhelm a bit, but they catch our Shadow Ball onto the Shadow Swampert. So this will be taking out the Swampert, but they did do an amazing catch, as we are left with 2 shields, and they're also left with 2 shields. And Cobalion goes for a Stone Edge right there, and Trevenant can easily go for back-to-back Seed Bombs right here, and at this point, Seed Bomb is all I need. Trevenant goes for a Seed Bomb, able to get the shield, and we basically swap back into the HISUIAN AVALUGG, and we're able to get the last minute Crunch. This will be getting the final shield right here, and can we reach a Seed Bomb in time? All they need is 2 Stone Edges, and we basically have to shield this up. Can we get to another seed bomb in time? Trevenant able to get through another seed bomb in time. This will be taking out the Cobalion, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have HISUIAN AVALUGG versus Magnezone. Pretty decently right here. Is I opt to stay in and get a little bit of farm. We basically try to cast a a mirror shot, and they basically wait, and they basically throw a flash cannon, which would do a lot of damage. That's perfectly fine, and they bring in a Lugia. That's perfectly fine, as Shadow Sneak would deal super effective damage. My hope is that I can basically put this down where HISUIAN AVALUGG can easily just farm this down and get a lot of energy. HISUIAN AVALUGG, Giratina able to get to a Shadow Sneak in time. That is wonderful, and that is basically farm down range. HISUIAN AVALUGG walls entire Lugia's preferred moveset, Sky Attack and Aero Blast, because of the part rock typing, and we're able to get it. Back in comes bang the Magnezone, and we go for a crunch. This crunch will do a lot of damage right there, and we basically overfarm a bit more, basically throwing another crunch, hoping to get a shield, or this will basically take out the Magnezone. They do decide to shield, and we overfarm a bit, and we swap into the Trevenant to basically catch the Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon is a hard hitting move, so I basically have to shield this up, which will basically put me into half health. They bring in their own Trevenant right here, and I am a bit ahead on energy right here. So Trevenant going for a C-bomb bait, but they actually call him C-bomb bait, so very nice call again by my opponent. Opponent goes for a seed bomb bait again, and my hope is that I can basically farm this down, as where seed bomb should not kill. Seed bomb doesn't kill right there, and can I farm this down? It was a bit getting risky, so I decided to do a seed bomb right there. That's perfectly fine. It takes out the Trevenant in time. And can we get to one? Can we farm this down? Yes, we can. Oh, we have a HISUIAN AVALUGG in the back, and that is a good game. Moving into the next match, picking up the Nightmare lead, HISUIAN AVALUGG into Obstagoon. I basically say so. It's my only answer. We're into Dragon Breath, as it only out of any one Pokemon on the team, Giratina definitely has the better matchup with Dragon Breath. If I was King Shadowclaw, then my team will be absolutely get destroyed by Obstagoon, but thankfully it is not. They swap into the Giratina right here, and I basically throw double Dragon Claw. One has already landed. Will the second land? Yes, it does. And can we actually shield? Can we actually let this go and farm down? That is the better question right there. No, we're not able to. That's perfectly fine, as it basically gives us more farm on HISUIAN AVALUGG. HISUIAN AVALUGG, and Obstagoon comes back in, and I have to bring in my Goon. Goon has a decent matchup against Obstagoon right there, as Night Slash will not be able to kill right there. Obstagoon goes for Obstruct right here. That doesn't fine, but Obstruct is a pretty annoying move. They go for a Seed Bomb, and they make a beautiful catch onto their Muck, as there will be resistant Seed Bomb, and this will basically make it close, and they're able to reach the move right there. I don't have to shield this because I know it is just a Thunder Punch right there. That's perfectly fine, and I basically go for a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball would do a lot of neutral damage right there, and can we land this? No, we cannot, and we basically swap back into the HISUIAN AVALUGG, as we're resistant Poison Jabs. HISUIAN AVALUGG going for a crunch right here, hoping for a debuff, and we're able to get the debuff. I'm hoping we can just easily shield and farm this down and basically get double Rock Slides for the Obstacle in the back, but their switch timer is up and they're able to bring that back in. HISUIAN AVALUGG has to shield this up for a potential cross chop, but they're carrying Obstruct and Night Slash, so things get dicey here. Rockstar will get the final shield, and can we get to it one more time? But I actually farm over one more time, and it was a CMP tie right there. This will be basically taking out the HISUIAN AVALUGG. One more counter, and we lose a very close game. Hopping into the next match, HISUIAN AVALUGG versus Empoleon. Very bad matchup, so we have to swap out into Giratina. Giratina has a really good matchup against Empoleon, especially with Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath is resisted, but since Empoleon is not the tanky as in Giratina outbulks Empoleon, the Dragon Breath Shadow Sneaks will add up. Giratina goes for a Shadow Sting, it puts it into yellow, and can I get to one more Shadow Sting? But they actually swap into the Giratina right here, trying to catch a Shadow Sneak. but we actually didn't fall for the trap. Giratina going for another Dragon Claw right here. This will basically put it low or be able to shield. They don't shield, and can we get to another Dragon Claw in time? Nope, we cannot, and this is pretty much one power snow downrange for HISUIAN AVALUGG. HISUIAN AVALUGG can easily tank a move, so it's so beefy that it's able to tank anything. And let's see what comes in back. In comes back to Empoleon, and we basically swap into Trevenant. They go for a Drill Peck. We basically have to shield this, and they bring in a Shadow Dragonite. And suddenly things get a bit dicey right here, as I basically have to do the bait game. Trevenant goes for a Seed Bomb, able to get the first shield out of the way. And can we get to a Shadow Ball in time? They got scared of a potential Shadow Ball, so they opt to throw right there. HISUIAN AVALUGG can easily just farm this down, and easily power snow down. We basically have to shield this up, where a superpower will be enough to take us out. And we basically have to get the 2 crunches. Can we get the 2 crunches in time? Let's see. Yes, we can. And they should not have Empoleon should not have a move right here. So I'll buy that. I basically do one more throw again, and this will be pretty much taking out the Empoleon. HISUIAN AVALUGG closing strong right there, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have HISUIAN AVALUGG versus, let's see right here, HISUIAN AVALUGG. But I must say, HISUIAN AVALUGG is definitely putting in tons of work. HISUIAN AVALUGG versus Muck. Pretty decent, really good matchup right here, as we're basically resisting the poison jabs right here. And this is pretty much looking good so far. HISUIAN AVALUGG goes for a crunch right there. I'm opting for the debuff, and this will basically do some damage. We're able to land the crunch, that's no problem, and we basically can easily just let this go, as I know I can easily tank any one move. Going for a Dark Pulse right there, that basically does nothing, and we basically can easily shield this up. I know it's a Thunder Punch, but I definitely want to leave some health on my HISUIAN AVALUGG, so it maybe can be used for the end game. I farm to 2 crunches right there, and I'm opting to go for shield advantage, but they actually decide to take shield advantage right there, and they bring in the Trevenant, and this is very used for crunches, and crunch does a lot of damage right there. And a crunch, just get the shield right there, I'm sorry. And I bring in my Giratina. Giratina can easily just shield up a Shadow Ball right here, which it does. And we can just easily go for a Shadow Sneak right here, and this will basically apply a lot of shield pressure and damage. Giratina goes for a Shadow Sting. It does get the final shield, and can I get to a Shadow Sting? But I have to throw a Dragon Claw, but it didn't matter anyway, as they basically got to another move. Trevenant goes for a Shadow Ball. It takes us out right there. And can we get to a crunch? But they actually bring the Gyarados, and we're able to reach a Rock Slide 1 minute. HISUIAN AVALUGG land the Rock Slide. That does huge damage, and we basically have to bring in our Trevenant. Trevenant can easily tank a crunch, no problem. And can we get to a Shadow Ball in time? We're able to tank that, no problem, and we leave the Shadow Ball. It connects, and we're able to get to the Shadow Ball. Takes out the Trevenant, and that is a good game. Hopping into the final match, we have HISUIAN AVALUGG versus Trevenant. Because I do know I can live one Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb won't do a lot of damage right here, but this will pretty much do a lot of damage basically. It does do a lot of damage, but as again, HISUIAN AVALUGG has defense for sure. HISUIAN AVALUGG goes for a crunch right here. It does get the shield, and it gets the defense debuff as well. And I basically make a perfect safe swap into my Trevenant to cast down her Seed Bomb, as I do want to preserve my energy on the AVALUGG. They bring in the Walrein right here, and I should basically have thrown on CMP tie right there. That's pretty much my mistake there. They let it go through, and I opt to go for another Seed Bomb. I basically have to shield this up, and hopefully to get the final shield, or we can basically take switch. Trevenant goes for another Seed Bomb. Can we get the final shield? But they decide to let that go, and they bring in their Trevenant. And can we get to a Seed Bomb? We're able to get to a last minute Seed Bomb right there, and this will basically get the final shield, which it does. And do we bring in the HISUIAN AVALUGG? We bring in the Giratina to basically soak their energy, but the opponent lags a bit, so I basically wait a bit right here. wait a bit, waiting, but they actually catch back up, and they basically get it in their mud shots. Giratina can easily tank an Earthquake. It does a lot of damage, but Giratina is really tanky. Giratina goes for a Dragon Claw right here. This will basically put it into where crunch range. And do we get to a crunch? I actually do one more power step, but I lose to I lose CMP. We basically have to let this go, and Giratina is basically our win con. We basically have to shoot the Hydro Cannon up as it is Shadow, and it will basically take us out. In comes the Hydro Cannon right there, and they swap into Trevenant. And come on, this is not the Shadow Ball, it's a Seed Bomb. And can we farm down? But I actually get scared and actually throw right there. So I basically had to throw right there. Can we Mudshot? Can we Dragon Breath down the Swampert? No, we cannot, and we lose a heartbreaking game. So overall, Hisuian Avalugg and its potential in the Ultra League PvP. First off, I think it's pretty decent. The Ice Rock typing is definitely a pain right there, with so many like fighters, Swamperts, whatsoever. But if you can build a solid team around this, it can definitely go to work for sure. But I just think that Aurorus is just better, where Aurorus has better moves overall, and Hisuian Avalugg does have good moves, but I just think Aurorus is just better. And in the Master League, it does have fringe play as well. Overall, I just think that it's pretty like an off-meta spice pick. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Oh, and Merry Christmas, by the way.